Hello, welcome to Gary Keep It Simple. Today a nice quick one on these buttons. What do? Are they any use? Do they do anything that's actually practical for anybody? I've seen a lot of questions asked about this sort of thing. This is the answer. Those switches are on an ion or a Marantz. Now this is an early Marantz, and you can see here normal CR02 and FE CR, and then here we've got, this is a Fisher. This is labelled just CR02 and normal, and then this one's a Hitachi. Again, this is just CR02 and normal. These buttons are on a deck you can still buy today, a Marantz. Most modern decks auto-sense. This one says play CR02. This one says REC CR02, or record. First of all, let's work out why there's one at each end. And that's fairly easy. It's a dual well deck, and there's a deck on either side, so there's a button corresponding to each deck. The left well is a play only, and the right well is a record and play, so the buttons are different. So they both do the same? No, they don't. They're two totally different buttons. So, what are they for, I hear you say? And are they important? I also hear you say. And the answer is yes and no. So now you're confused, and I shall explain. This button's for the playback, and it's not very important because all it does is alter the frequency response. As I say, it's a bit like a tone control, preset tone control, and it doesn't really matter what position you have it in. It will actually play back the music or whatever, and it doesn't really matter because you can always alter it on the tone control on your amplifier. And the same is true for these buttons on these other three decks and any deck similar to them. The playback is not particularly affected by the position of these switches. It's just important later on. We'll get to that. Now this one's a totally different thing. This is the ability to record on CR02 Type 2 tape, and if you don't have this set, you're not going to be able to record. Well, you'll put sound on it, but it's going to sound absolutely awful. So you need to have that one on to record CR02 tape. It is vital. Do not forget to switch it on. These buttons set stuff inside the machine to actually make sure it can record correctly onto the tape. You do not get a better recording by using CR02 position on normal tape. What you have to do is set it to the correct tape. Normal for normal, CR02 for CR02, metal for metal, etc, etc. I'd like to hear your experiences, so anything you've got to say, please put it in the comments. And if you'd like to, click the subscribe, and if you'd like to, click the like. That'd be good. And I'll catch you another time. Cheers.